name in?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy to remember.
Who are you guys affiliated with? WUFT. Cool.
I saw protesters sitting peaceably, being pummeled by a police officer. This is police brutality. This is not what it's about. It's about non-violence. And as citizens of the United States, we're simply asking for a redistribution to exercise our rights to guarantee the Constitution. And that's what is appalling and shocking and quite frightening, to have people who are peacefully exercising their free rights being assaulted by the police and authorities. Every American should be outraged at what we're seeing. We're simply trying to make a point of what our rights are and to demand that our government give us back the rights that they've taken away from us. So we're trying to exercise our rights, and it's frightening when the government abuses authority. That's frightening.
What rights do you think were taken away? What rights would you like to see come back?
Well, we have over here an example of the free speech podium where Bo Diddley's son was arrested recently. Freedom of assembly, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. I don't want to think about right now. These are guaranteed rights in our Constitution, bill of rights. So we are simply asking the government to exercise their rightful and give us those rights and not take those rights away from us.
How did you, when you saw that guy get assaulted by the police officer, what was going through your mind?
Well, I'm reminded of other nations which do not have the guarantees of American laws, that absolute power corrupts. I'm sorry, the quote is power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. I saw an example of a totalitarian mentality which we've seen in places like Beijing, Tiananmen Square, we've seen in Russia, we've seen in Muammar Gaddafi in power. We've seen in Iran, we've seen in governments that people do not have a constitutional right that we enjoy in America, and they do not have those rights. The government will take them away. They might be in the Constitution, but they're not exercised. They don't have those rights. In America, we still have these rights. It's our legitimate responsibility to exercise those rights. And when the government takes those rights away, the government is acting irresponsibly and unconstitutionally. It has a right to be confronted by its citizens, which sort of founding fathers said. Thank you very much.
So what do you think the officer should have done yesterday?
Well, I understand he has a responsibility to maintain order, or I don't know what his orders were. I don't know what prompted him. I did not see anything on any action on the part of the protester, but to simply remain sitting. It wasn't, he had his arms crossed, his legs crossed. I don't see any of his actions to prompt a legitimate response by a police officer to act illegally or act in a way which was unjustifiably violent against protesters.
Anything else you want?
Yeah, I'd just like to say this movement is about we the people. The government is our government. The government exists as a result of the rights that we have granted them through our due election process. And when they act illegally and irresponsibly and unconstitutionally, then there's the response and the duty, the obligation of U.S. citizens to stand up against our government when they exercise power unconstitutionally.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Good job, good job, good job.
Yeah, really good job.
All right.
So when you guys play this?
5 o'clock.
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
Cool. Are you guys with WUFT?
Yeah.
That's cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did one for the radio
Are you with
station.
Occupy Gainesville?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here.
Will you do an interview with us?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Just how you feel about the whole situation. Like, we just want feelings and reactions. Like yesterday, you just made the Wall Street. Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to do a quick interview with us?
8 deadlines.
I know, we had to.
That sucks.
I know. We've been trying since this morning, and now we like.
Yeah, we gotta get.
It goes
takes
on
a
at
long time
5,
to get
and then we have to go back and edit, get it all put together. I have to voice all this stuff.
Takes a little time.
I can text him. Yeah.
Well, would you want to do an interview real quick with us about what you saw yesterday and your reaction? Okay, that's fine.
Sure you
I
don't
mean,
want
I didn't
to
really
Yeah, I'm
catch
good.
it. I know
Thank
they
you.
did a lot of stuff at Zuccotti Park.
They did.
They, you know, when they closed Zuccotti Park down, they thought they were stopping the movement with the divide and conquer tactic, but every time you divide one, you create two.
Right.
You know, and this is the mindset that we are taking. You know, just like that thing they did with us, they came and arrested. It didn't weaken us, it strengthened us. You know what I'm saying? It's just we just tired of the government with the.
I tell you what. Well, let's stop right there. Do you mind if
just
we,
get that on camera? That was awesome. Yeah. What's your name?
Willie Lewis?
Alright, Lewis. Can you just tell me a little bit about yesterday? How you feel about this?
Well, just put it in point blank. Yesterday was wrong. The police and whatever, however they did it, you know, they have no right to stop a person from exercising their First Amendment rights. You know, we're supposed to have a government created for the people and by the people. But when you only have just a small percentage of the people that's dictating to a larger portion of the people, then that's not right. And so we're standing up for our rights. We want to let corporate America know to stop feeding the politicians and stop playing ping pong with the money, going back and forth, because it's our taxes that are paying their salaries. Okay, we're not doing this for us. We're doing it for our children, their children, and their children to come. And Occupy Wall Street was one of the best things that has ever happened in America. You know, it's a landmark history statement that is done by the people and for the people, and because of the people, really. Because, you know, you have no more middle class. All you have is rich and poor. And as a word to the wise, for those that don't think those that think they're untouchable, I want to remind them that Forbes magazine put out a statement some months back that said every working class American is only one paycheck from being homeless. You know, and you must keep that in consideration and support what we are doing. You know, we're trying to make a statement here. You know, my friend got arrested on that liquor stand for voicing and exercising his freedom of speech rights. You know, people in New York City are exercising their First Amendment freedom of speech rights, freedom to assemble. And if they have that right, and it's written in the Constitution, why does the police, why does government say it's wrong? Should we rewrite the Constitution? Should we rewrite the amendments? Or should we just keep on letting ourselves go into a dictatorship type of government, socialistic type of government? And that's where it's heading if it doesn't stop. It must stop. People must make a stand. And my suggestion to people here in Gainesville and Alachua County is that take a look around and see what you see. The homeless situation is increasing daily. The rate, the cost of living is rising, but the cost of the wages is not increasing with the cost of living. So therefore, that creates another segmentation in your ability to live as a person. You know, every single person here is having a hard time trying to live. And it's only because of what we're fighting for. There's no room in this government for poor people. Poor people are the vast amount of the population of America. And it's just not here in America, it's worldwide. This is a movement. And I want to say this, well, I'll say it anyway. This is something that you can't stop because this is God. This is God. Our hands are too short to bounce around. And anytime God is moving, somebody's got to stop it. Try to stop it, but you can't stop it. You know, it's been going on since the beginning of time, and now it's time for the people. It's just a way to stop it. That's all I can say.
All right, thanks.
That was
Appreciate it.
amazing. Alright, so I'll just say, how do you feel about it? About yesterday and everything, and you can
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your name?
My name's Aaron.
Okay, and how do you feel about what's going on yesterday?
I feel like people all over the world are standing up for the rights to exist. Those in power are abusing their position and taking away people's rights. And that's not okay. There's a lot more. Do you have any more questions?
Yeah. Do you have any more questions?
What do you think that, coming from a law enforcement standpoint, like, what do you think they should be doing
My hands
in
are like,
exercising the right to, their duty to protect?
Well, law enforcement officers are individuals like anybody else. They have the opportunity to uphold basic human respect and human rights, and that's what they should be doing.
Cool. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I could say it goes as far as government, city officials should also be protecting, first and foremost, our constitutional rights.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good job, Aaron.
Woo, that was awesome.
Woo!